Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new writing vlog. So I don't fully know what this writing vlog is going to be. It might just be me working on character profiles for my new project, but I am very excited to be doing another writing vlog for you guys. I'm really trying to keep the momentum going. If you missed it, I just did a writing vlog recently where I was reading The Happy Writer by Marissa Meyer, and I was trying to find a way to become a happier writer, to find more joy in my writing and to kind of just find my flow with writing again after not writing for a few months, while also brainstorming a new project. So if you missed that vlog, I will link it down below for you guys, as well as all of my writing vlogs if you want to kind of go back and catch yourself up on other things that I've been doing. But basically, I've been working on this new project. It's a young adult romance, as they typically are for me. That is mainly what I write, but this one is like centered around Valentine's Day, which I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be really fun. It's also a fake dating book. How many fake dating books can I get away with writing? I don't know, but this is like my third one so far, so we love that. Anyways, so I started working seriously on this project in my last writing vlog, and I basically started by expanding upon the brainstorming notes that I kind of had in my phone, because whenever I got an idea for it, I would write it down in my notes app. So I was kind of just expanding upon those ideas, coming up with questions to, kind of get to the nitty-gritty of everything. And I also started working on character profiles. Normally, the way that I create books, also if the light's changing, it's because I have my little LED pencil lamp on and the colors are rotating, so that's why the color tone is changing. That is why. But normally what I do when I sit down to start working on a new book is I just like info dump and brainstorm a million different ideas, and then once I feel like I have enough of that, then I'll kind of work on characters. But then I typically end up doing everything all at once. I get like too excited and I'm like, okay, I need to like put all my ideas into the Save the Cat beat sheet and like all of that, and sometimes character stuff comes a little bit later. So for this book, I wanted to make it a point to like heavily get into the characters before really starting on the outline. So I don't think outlining properly is going to happen in this vlog at all. I do think I want to still just focus on character profiles and getting those done for all of like the main characters. I also just kind of want to figure out all the characters, anyone who's going to like have an appearance in the book. So like right now, I know my main character, I know her love interest, I know her ex-boyfriend, because the fake dating in this book does include making an ex jealous. I have the names and pictures for her two best friends, and I know my main character has two moms. She's adopted. So I also need to figure out some things about her like birth parents who are no longer in the picture like at all. I need to figure out who they are. I need to know their names, and I need to know her adoptive mom's names. I need to know my love interest's family situation and also his friends. So basically, I think my goal for this vlog, I've decided while rambling at you guys, is going to be figuring out all of the character things. So filling out all the character profiles, coming up with names, figuring out all the major players in the story. There will always be those like throwaway characters that just kind of come up as you're drafting, like teachers or, whatever, a random stranger on the street, a neighbor, things like that. But I'm very excited to be working on this project on a new book. Another thing that's different about this writing experience for me is I've been doing most things on my computer. Normally I'm very much so like a tactile paper and pen kind of brainstormer. Like I do all of my brainstorming, all my character profiles like on paper. And I'm not doing that this time. I don't know why. It's probably because of my new keyboard and me wanting to hear the clicky clacks. That's probably why. But I do have a novel notebook. It's got cute little cherries on it. Look at that, it's so cute. I do have this notebook. I just haven't really been utilizing it that much. All I have are some sticky notes where I was doing some like random brainstorming. So I do need to figure out how I want to use this, because now I have character profiles on my computer. Maybe if I get stuck at any point while working on this and like during this vlog, maybe that's when I will go to the pen and paper, because I think it's been scientifically proven that like thoughts sometimes work better and like your brain works better when you're like actually physically writing something. So that is something that I should maybe turn to soon. But I've been writing for maybe the past hour or so, maybe a little bit less than that, working on my character profiles, kind of jumping around, also doing some brainstorming while working on the characters, because discovering things about the character has been leading to brainstorming things, and then there's some things that I've had to brainstorm that I then can fill out some things in the character profile. Like I just figured out more about my main character and her ex-boyfriend and kind of the situation surrounding that and surrounding their breakup. I solidified my main character's 2 friends and their names. I also figured out the ex-boyfriend's name. I'm not gonna lie, I did just search up asshole guy names online, which had some very interesting results. It was devastating that my love interest's name was on the list. So that was kind of unfortunate to find out, but I don't view it as an asshole name, so I think it's fine. But yeah, I still have tons of things that I need to figure out about my characters, especially the love interest. His character profile is definitely less filled out than the main character. I'm also needing to figure out why my main character connects with the love interest and connects with the ex-boyfriend. Like what about this person draws them to her? Like why are they getting together? Why was she with this other guy? Like, you know, what's going on there kind of vibe. So I need to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out their like personalities in terms of like their interests and hobbies and things like that. I've got a little bit, but I want to expand upon it a little bit more. I don't know, sometimes I have a hard time coming up with interesting hobbies that I want to write about that are not all the same things. I love writing about a reader, I love writing about a musician, and I tend to fall to those things, or artists like painting and drawing and things like that, which I'm falling into a little bit with this book, but I haven't done that in a while, so I think it's okay. But I like music always finds a way to be like a big thing in all my books, or it always has some sort of presence, you know. But I feel like that's okay, because I feel like most people have some sort of connection to music. I also found out today, a little bit the other day, but like I really solidified it today, that my main character has anxiety. Anxiety always finds a way to sneak its way into my book, whether it's from my main character or the love interest, or somebody always has anxiety. But the degree to which the anxiety like affects the book and affects like the actual plot, that varies. This one, it affects it quite a bit, so love that. It's been a while since it was like a really big main focus. I mean, it was in What You Mean to Me, my last book that I was working on, but that was on the love interest side, who did have his own POV, but it wasn't like Reasons Why Not To, which is like my first book with anxiety. If you guys follow my writing journey, you might know what I'm talking about. But regardless, it's been a while since it's been like such a huge part of the main character, so I'm really looking forward to delving into that again. It's been so long since I've drafted a book that I am nervous for it, but I am very excited. But I think I talked about this in the last vlog, but if you guys don't know what my kind of plan for this book is, like when I want to be working on this book, it's currently March 14th. My goal for this month is just to like continue brainstorming and finish the character profiles. Those are my goals for this month. I want to outline the book in April, and I want to start drafting it in May, hopefully finishing the draft in June. I could write the book in 1 month, but right now I'm giving myself May and June to work on it, because I am not used to drafting a book while also having a job anymore. It's been many years since I've had a job and had to draft a book while working, so I'm trying to be lenient on myself. I think I could still do it in a month, but it kind of depends how much I have going on in May, like how many videos I want to do in May, and like just kind of everything else that's going on. But I'm very excited by the prospect of drafting another book in May, so hopefully that happens. But yeah, hopefully at least by the end of June I will have another drafted book, and that will be my 9th book that I've drafted, which would be very exciting, because then that means I can work on to revising something else, which is my favorite thing to do. So yes, I'm very excited. I am gonna stop writing for the evening because it's currently 11:15 p.m. Got a very late start to my writing today, which is what I wanted, because I wanted the ambiance of like no lights besides fairy lights and my little pencil lamp. So the vibes in here are vibing. I also have my music turned down so low I could barely hear it, so I could really, you know, think and use my keyboard and hear the clickety clacks. It's been very satisfying. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited for this new writing vlog. I know I am. I've really missed filming them. I had so much fun filming the last writing vlog, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments what you guys are up to writing wise, because I would love to know. Also, I'd be curious to know what your guys' favorite part of the writing process is. Do you prefer like the beginning stages of like brainstorming and character work and everything that goes into like the first steps of creation? Or do you really love outlining? Do you hate outlining? Do you not outline? Or do you love drafting? I hate drafting. Or do you love revisions? Just let me know what your favorite part of the process is. Let me know what your least favorite part of the process is. Just let me know about writing down below. I would also be curious to know if you guys had any video requests from me writing wise. I would love to incorporate more writing videos on the channel this year outside of writing vlogs. I kind of have an idea for a couple of videos that I could do, so let me know down below if you have any further ideas for me. I would really love to take your guys' input into consideration, but besides that, I really do need to go. So yes, leave me some comments down below and I will see you guys the next time I sit down to film a clip. It's the next day. Last night after I ended the vlog and I had my shower and I was just like in my room, I got hit with the biggest wave of inspiration for this book. I don't know where this came from. I don't know what happened. I basically got out of the shower, I got into bed, and I watched the last 2 episodes of Running Point on Netflix. It's the new like Mindy Kaling show with Kate Hudson and Brenda Song. It was an okay show. Like it was entertaining enough. But I basically finished that show and I just kind of like sat in bed for a bit because my hair was still a bit damp, so I couldn't go to bed yet. And I just kind of sat in bed and started thinking about this book, about my Valentine's Day book. And sometimes what I like to do when I'm in the brainstorming phase of a book is I like to just talk aloud to myself. It may sound a little bit silly, or maybe you guys do this too, I don't know, but I find that when you just talk aloud, either to yourself or to somebody else, and like bounce things off of them, ideas just come naturally. Like things just flow, your brain makes connections that maybe it wouldn't make if you were just kind of sitting and thinking to yourself or actively trying to write ideas down on your computer or a notebook. Like something about audibly talking through ideas just really gets the brain going and like the ideas flowing. Sometimes even when I'm filming vlog clips, I'll just be talking and then I'll get an idea and I'll have to stop filming to like write down the idea. But anyways, I sat down and just kind of started talking aloud to myself about this book, and then I was kind of like going through Pinterest and trying to find more pins, which I started doing that because I got an idea for something and I wanted like inspiration pictures for it, and then because of that it catapulted and like kept going into me finding more ideas. But last night was one of those moments where writing and being a writer felt so unbelievably magical. It's like what The Happy Writer by Marissa Meyer was talking about, where like you just really have to like take hold of those special little moments and hold on to those for when things get tough. Remind yourself of why you love to write, and it's moments like that that I had last night in my room brainstorming this book that make me love writing. Like that was such a good experience. Like I went to bed feeling so happy and so fulfilled and being like, yes, like I'm so excited to work on this book. Like if it wasn't 3 in the morning, because yes, it ended up being 3 in the morning, I think I was like talking a lot to myself and brainstorming for like over an hour, hour and a half maybe. Like it was absurd. But it was like almost 3 in the morning, and if it wasn't that late and if I didn't have things to do today, I honestly would have come back to my laptop and continued actually like actively brainstorming and not just like talking aloud to myself. But I wrote so many ideas down in my phone, just like little character things that could lead to scenes and scene ideas, because basically I want this book, I think, to take place over the week, maybe a bit more, before Valentine's Day. Like I kind of want the book to end around Valentine's Day, if not on Valentine's Day. And so I was trying to think of like Valentine's Day things to do and like little cute Valentine's Day things to like incorporate into the book. And I was looking up so many different things on Pinterest relating to Valentine's Day, and I am just, oh my god, Like, I've been kind of doubting the past few days whether or not I actually wanted to work on this project. If you guys have been watching my vlogs for maybe like the last year or so, year and a half, I've been like not drafting any new projects because I keep flip-flopping between different like work in progresses that I have. I have so many ideas that I want to write and that are in like the beginning brainstorming stages, and I'll think that I want to work on one and I'll start working on it and then I'll get stuck, so I end up switching to something else. And I kind of thought maybe that was gonna happen with this book and I would want to put it down again, and I'm so happy that I didn't, and I do feel like this is the time to work on the book. I think that I'm going to be able to like get through this and like start drafting this book, which I'm so excited about, and I really feel like and really hope that I'm breaking through this like creative rut that I've been in for so incredibly long. Like, I've just felt so void of any creativity for writing beyond like helping friends with their books, because I have had many brainstorming chats with Peyton for her book and being able to help her come up with ideas for that, but being just so unable to come up with ideas for myself and my own books. But last night, like, something just clicked and like opened up in my brain and all these little ideas were coming at me, and I'm just so excited to continue working on this book, and I would so just dedicate the rest of the day to working on this book and writing and just going at it. But I have so much reading that I need to do today. The Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping comes out on Tuesday, and I need to read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes before that, but I'm reading another book right now that I need to finish first, so I'm feeling very stressed out in the reading space, and I need to catch up on the TBR. Otherwise I would be writing all evening. I might see if I can squeeze in some writing. I don't think I'm gonna have the time, but I just needed to tell you guys about the inspiration wave that I felt last night. Like, I felt so excited and inspired and happy, and like, these are the moments that we live for as writers, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy with it, and I cannot wait to work on this book. I hope that all of you have a feeling like this euphoric feeling of being inspired and being excited to write. I hope you all have a moment of that soon. If you're feeling down, or if you're feeling in a rut, or feeling any way that I've been feeling recently, I wish this for all of you. I hope they continue to go well for a little bit, because this feels really good, but I guess we'll see. But for right now, things are good. it's now March 24th. I don't know the last time that I spoke to you guys, but you just saw me build my new Lego typewriter. I wasn't gonna buy that one because I have like the larger green one that like you can actually push down all the buttons for, and it's super cool. So I was like, I don't need the tiny little one as well. But then I saw a TikTok, I think, of it, or like an Instagram reel or something, and I didn't realize like how small and adorable it was, and I decided that I did need it, and we sold it at work so I could get a discount on it. So I ended up getting it, and I built it the other night, and I'm just obsessed with it. I think it is so cute. So you guys saw me build that. I hope you enjoyed seeing a bit of the process. But I worked today up until 9, and when I got home I ate, and then I actually sat down to get some writing done, which I'm really proud of myself because the temptation to just crawl into bed was very, very strong. But I'm about to get into bed now, which I'm very excited for. But I did get some work done. I honestly almost cracked and started working on the outline, but I didn't. I stopped myself because I really need to work on the characters a bit more, especially Eli. I didn't touch his character at all today, but I really need to work on his character because he's not fleshed out at all. But I was focusing on my main character. Her name's Isabel. I don't think I've mentioned that yet, but her name's Isabel. But I was working on Isabel's, and I feel like I fleshed her out pretty well. I know more about her whole family dynamic, her whole family situation, and I changed some things that I'd initially planned out. I decided to make it even more complicated than it already was, and it's going to require some research, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. I did like some preliminary research, but I think that's something that I'm going to worry about in a different draft when I do revisions. It's a later Brittany problem, you know. It's probably not something that I'm going to be paying attention to in the first draft anyway, so I'm just going to worry about it later. But I know that I will need to research it later and that it'll become more developed as we go on. I didn't really figure out much about her friends either. I know what her 2 friends' names are and what they look like. I know next to nothing about them, so I need to figure that out. But I do know things about her and the love interest because they used to be friends, so I know some things about their dynamic and their friendship. I want to build on it more because I want it to be a really strong foundation going into the book, but that is something I also need to work on. I worked a bit on her like romantic experience, so like her and her past boyfriend, because this whole book is kind of like catapulted by her boyfriend breaking up with her, so like I do need to know things about them. I delved more into the Save the Cat story worthy character. I actually don't know if I mentioned this, but I did pull out Save the Cat Writes, a young adult novel, and I delved into the character stuff and looked into the story worthy character so that I could figure out her problem, her want, and her need. So I've kind of been working on that a little bit and revisiting little sections of this book, but the full impact of this book is not coming in yet. We're not outlining yet, so I can't use this to its full potential quite yet. But yeah, I'm really happy with the progress that I made tonight, and I'm really excited that I pushed myself to get some work done, and I'm hoping that I can maybe do some more work tomorrow. We'll see. I also work till close tomorrow, and I need to finish reading a book tomorrow as well, which is really difficult considering that all I can think about is Sunrise on the Reaping, because as I'm filming this, it came out a week ago, and it's still all I'm thinking about. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. Hey guys, so it's now March 30th, and the month is ending. It ends tomorrow, and my goal for this month was, you know, it included finishing the character profiles. Character profiles, not done. They are not done, which is like fine. but it's also like not fine. So that's the goal for today, potentially also tomorrow, is to finish the character profiles. And when I say that, I pretty much just mean my main 2 characters, so Isabel and Eli. And by like complete, I mean like almost complete, like pretty much as I can get done, because things always change, you know, when I start writing and from draft to draft. So I just need to know like enough about the characters in order to start writing. So I do need to work on Isabel a little bit more, but she's almost ready to go. It's Eli that I'm severely struggling with, but it's my plan to figure him out today. I'm gonna crack him, okay? I'm gonna figure that boy out, and hopefully I have a solution on how I'm gonna do that. Pretty soon here, I'm gonna start video chatting with my lovely friend Peyton, and we're gonna have a little bit of a brainstorming sesh. And I'm hoping that by bouncing all my ideas off of her and letting her, you know everything about the project, catch her up on everything, I'm hoping that she'll be able to help me unlock some things about Eli that that are in there, and I just don't know that they are in there. You know, they're locked in here, and I gotta find the key and unlock it, basically. So that's the plan for today. Video chat Peyton, brainstorm, figure things out. But I do need to update you on some things, because I did write the other day and I just didn't talk to you about it. So I basically broke out my novel notebook for the first time. It's been sitting on my desk this entire time. I just haven't actually like used it. I've been typing everything on the computer, but normally I do all of my brainstorming in a notebook. I sat down and was trying to figure out the Valentine's Day Spirit Week. So essentially my book is taking place in and around Valentine's Day. The bulk of the book is during the week of Valentine's Day, and I want there to be like a bunch of activities going on in the school pertaining to Valentine's Day. So I was kind of figuring out everything that had to do with Valentine's Day, thinking up different like themes for each day and different activities that we could do and scenes that could come out of these Spirit Week things. So I was doing a lot of work on that, which is really exciting. I figured out what's going on each day of the Spirit Week, figuring out where I want the book to start, where I want it to end, just in vague terms. I don't know anything super specific about the scenes. I just kind of know where we're starting, where we're heading, you know. And then I also figured out like an estimated timeline for the book, like what day I want it to start, what day I want it to end. So I have a few possible days for the beginning. It just kind of depends on how I want to tackle the beginning. So that is something that I will figure out when I actually start to outline in the next vlog. I know what day it ends, but I don't know what day like the actual ending is, because whenever I write books, I always have like the ending, which if you're following like the Save the Cat beat sheet is like the finale, and then my final image is always like an epilogue type situation that takes place from anywhere from a couple of days to a week to like a month or a year, when Tim was a year later. I just like having like a little bit of a wrap-up moment at the end of the book to kind of show the characters a little bit more settled together. So I have not figured out what an epilogue situation is for this book. Maybe I won't have one. I don't know. I'd like to have one. I always typically have one, I think. So I'd like to have one. I just don't know what that looks like yet. So I don't know when the book would be actually ending. But yeah, did some brainstorming timeline wise. And then yeah, just like did a bunch of like brain dump brainstorming as well. I did like a little bit of outlining. I know I said I wasn't going to. And I know like in my last talking clip, I was like, oh, I almost broke and start outlining, but I didn't. I broke and did a little bit of outlining, just like very basic, barely anything. Just a little bit, just like putting what I already knew into beats. You know, like the act 1, very, very vague terms, overarching what's happening kind of vibe. And then I did the break into 2, overall what the fun and games is gonna look like, and then maybe what the midpoint is gonna be. I'm gonna do more thinking about it when I actually sit down to outline, because that's obviously not my focus right now, but I did do a little bit of planning on that as well. So I feel really good about all the planning that I did. I miss writing by hand, so I'm glad that I finally cracked open this notebook and did some of that. So I'm hoping to do more of that today. I think I would like to do, unless it's like character specific things where I'm like filling in the character profile, I think I'd like to mainly stick to handwriting things today. But yeah, I'm hoping to chat with Peyton in around 20 minutes or less, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm really hoping that we can get some ideas flowing. You know, I love doing brainstorming sessions with friends, so I'm really hoping that this can unlock stuff for me. So I will update you guys on what happens, But this vlog is coming to an end, this month is coming to an end, and I'm so excited to get to the next step of the process, which is outlining. So Peyton and I ended our video chat a little while ago. We actually had 2 sessions. We did it before I had dinner, and then I had dinner, and we got on a call again because we were not done yapping with each other. But we didn't do too much brainstorming, I'm not gonna lie. We did a little bit. She definitely helped me figure out some things about Eli, and all I'm gonna say is he now has a bit of a tragic backstory that I did not see coming, and now both of my main characters have a bit of a tragic backstory, and I don't know when this cutesy rom-com turned into the kind of book where they have really tragic backstories, but here we are. Sometimes the books take a turn, and this is where we've ended up. So I'm excited to kind of play around with this and figure out where to go from here. And now that I know this piece of information about Eli, I want to delve a bit deeper into it. I have some characters I need to come up with names for, and yeah, I've got some more things that I need to kind of figure out. But I'm very grateful to Peyton for chatting with me for many hours. I think we were probably chatting for around 4 hours total, maybe. It was a very long time, maybe even more than that. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good brainstorming session. But we're also kind of cooking up something together, if you will, that I teased in the previous little clips there. And that's what took the majority of our video chat time, was planning something. So sorry to just tease you like that, but here we are. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my night. I don't know if I want to continue trying to write and figuring things out a little bit more, or if I just kind of want to watch TV, you know, like maybe I want to watch TV. I genuinely don't know. I watched a new movie yesterday, The Life List on Netflix, and now I'm like, do I want to watch another movie? I don't know. The only thing that I have planned for tomorrow in my planner is to work on my reading journal, because it's almost April and I have not completed the bullet journal. So maybe I should work on my bullet journal right now as well. And that way I can finish it tomorrow and then also do some writing tomorrow. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to find a movie or a show to watch while I work on my reading journal, and then we will go from there. But yeah, I think I'll end this vlog tomorrow, the last day of the month, the last day, hopefully, of me fully working on these character profiles before I jump into the outline. But yeah, I love chatting with Peyton about writing, and love brainstorming with her, so I had a really great time. Yeah, so time to work on the reading journal so that I have something to work with next month. So it's now April 1st. I'm here to end out the vlog I wrote yesterday, but I did not feel like being on camera, so I did not film my face. But I did do some writing last night, and I didn't fully finish the character profiles. I also didn't even start side character profiles. That was totally not something that I was thinking about, but that is something that I can kind of do this month, and we can talk about it in the next vlog, what my next plans are. But I was mainly working on Eli yesterday, and yes, there are still some things that are not figured out. I don't fully have strengths and weaknesses figured out and some things like that, and I'm sure other categories need a little bit more information, but for all intents and purposes it's pretty much done, at least good enough to like start outlining, because when I'm outlining I might figure out something new to add, or even when I'm drafting I might figure out some new things about Eli. So for all intents and purposes, I'm calling this done unless I come up with, like I said, some inspiration while I'm outlining. And like I think I said, Isabel, pretty much done, which is good. And I'm very excited about that. So I didn't do much work yesterday because I had to go to bed early because I worked early this morning. So I needed to make sure I got lots of sleep. So if it was like a normal night where like I didn't have to wake up early the next day, I could have stayed up and tried to get more work done, but I did have to go to bed early. But I'm very excited for the next vlog because this is the end of the vlog. The next vlog is going to focus more so on outlining. I'm very excited for it, so make sure you guys subscribe to stay tuned for that next writing vlog. I'm hoping to have much more writing content going out this year. I've got some special things planned. I'm very excited about it. The last couple of years have been a little bit lacking in the writing content for me, which has made me extremely sad. So I'm hoping to bump it up a lot this year, so look forward to that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below a pencil emoji if you've made it to the end of the video, and let me know what you're working on writing wise. As always, I'd love to know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.